The sun rises over an Igbo village wrapped in red earth and tall palm trees. Roosters cry into the morning haze as women sweep their compounds and children chase goats across narrow paths. Beyond the village, acres of golden yam mounds stretch like a kingdom built from sweat and soil. Barns stand tall and full. Thick ropes bind towering stacks of dried cassava. The harvest glows under the first light like buried treasure exposed. Obinna stands at the center of it all. His hands are rough, his shoulders broad, his eyes sharp with possession. He walks between the barns slowly, fingers grazing the woven walls as though touching something sacred. Workers lower their heads as he passes. In the distance, thin figures linger at the edge of his land, widows, children, old men weakened by hunger. Their eyes do not rise high enough to meet his. Obinna does not look at them. He turns his back to the village and locks the largest barn with a heavy iron padlock. The metallic click echoes like a gunshot across the farmland. The dry season tightens its grip. Cracked earth spreads like spider webs through the village square. Smoke from empty cooking pots drifts thin and bitter into the air. Obinna eats alone inside his compound. Pounded yam steams before him. Thick egusi soup glistens with palm oil. He tears, dips, swallows. His jaw moves slowly, deliberately. Outside his gate, a frail mother sways on weak legs. A child clings to her wrapper, eyes too large for his face. Her hand rises to knock. Before her knuckles meet wood, Obinna's gatekeeper steps forward and slams the entrance shut. Dust rises. The woman collapses to her knees. Inside, Obinna continues eating. Night falls heavy and humid. Wind rustles the palm fronds in uneasy rhythms. Dogs bark at nothing. Owls cry from iroko trees older than memory. Obinna lies on a raffia mat, restless. Sweat beads across his forehead. His breathing thickens. The air inside his hut shifts. The oil lamp flickers violently though no door has opened. Shadows crawl along the mud walls. They stretch unnaturally long, bending against the laws of firelight. A low rumble vibrates beneath the earth. Obinna's eyes snap open. His reflection in the polished bronze bowl beside him moves half a second too late. The rumble grows louder. Then silence. Absolute. Morning arrives deceptively calm. Obinna sits up slowly. His body feels heavy, unfamiliar. He wipes his face and stands. He approaches the bronze bowl filled with water. He looks down. The face staring back is not his. The skin is paler, stretched too tight. The eyes are hollowed, darker. The scar that once cut across his left cheek is gone. He touches his cheek. The reflection touches its cheek, but the movements lag, unnatural. Panic swells in his chest. He stumbles backward, knocking the bowl over. Water spills across the floor like escaping truth. He runs outside. Workers freeze at the sight of him. Their expressions are not respectful. They are confused. Afraid. Obinna storms toward his barn. He shouts silently with his body, hands waving, chest pounding, but the workers step away from him as if from a stranger. One man grips a machete. Another mutters prayers under his breath. Obinna reaches the locked barn and grabs the padlock. It is gone. The door creaks open. Inside, the yams are rotting. Black mold creeps over what was once gold. Cassava dissolves into grey pulp. Rats scatter from ruined hips. The smell punches into his lungs. His wealth has decayed overnight. He staggers backward into dust. Across the field, the villagers watch. None recognize him. He runs toward the village square. Children scream and scatter. Elders rise from carved stools, eyes narrowed. The Egui, Chief Ezioni, studies him with cold scrutiny. Obinna drops to his knees before the chief, striking his chest repeatedly, pointing to himself, then toward his compound. Recognition does not come. Two young men seize him by the arms. They drag him across red earth. He claws at the ground, leaving desperate lines behind him. Dust swallows his cries. They throw him beyond the village boundary near the old sick cotton tree. The same place where widows once begged him for mercy. The sun burns hotter there. Hours pass. His throat dries into sandpaper. His stomach tightens painfully. In the distance, he sees his own body walking through the village, upright, confident, wearing his clothes. The figure moves with his posture, laughs with his gestures. Villagers greet it warmly. The spirits have taken his shape, and he has been emptied. Night returns with menace. Obina crawls toward the forest, desperation outweighing fear. Branches whip against his skin. Thorns tear his feet. Drums echo faintly from somewhere deep within the trees, not human drums, but rhythmic heartbeats from the earth itself. He collapses before an ancient shrine hidden under vines and carved masks. The ground trembles beneath him. Wind circles violently, lifting dust into spirals. The mask's hollow eyes seem to blink. He presses his forehead into the dirt, trembling. Something unseen circles him. Judging. Visions flood him. He sees the starving mother at his gate. He sees children licking dry bowls. He sees himself laughing as he locked the barn. The images strike like blows. His body convulses. The forest roars alive, branches cracking, animals scattering, leaves spiraling upward in unnatural wind. The earth splits slightly beneath him. From the crack rises smoke shaped like a towering silhouette. Not human. Not beast. It leans close. His stolen face appears within the smoke, smiling. Mocking. Obina runs back toward the village at dawn. Smoke rises from cooking fires. Laughter fills the air. The spirit wearing his body stands in the square distributing food generously from restored barns. Villagers cheer. Children dance around him. Obina watches from behind a hut, heart-shattering. The spirit has become everything he refused to be. Rage ignites inside him. He charges forward. He tackles the spirit in full view of the village. Ghasts erupt. The two bodies roll across the earth, striking, clawing. The spirit's strength is unnatural. Its eyes flash white for a split second. Obina sees his own face inches from his. Then he sees hunger inside those eyes. Not cruelty. Judgment. The spirit slams him against the ground. Dust erupts. Villagers scream. Chief Ezioni steps forward, lifting his staff. The air thickens. The spirit freezes. Obina lies bleeding, barely conscious. The chief chants silently, raising the staff toward the sky. Wind spirals through the square. The spirit's body flickers like fire losing fuel. Obina crawls toward the villagers, not in pride, but surrender. He reaches for the starving child from earlier, placing his forehead on the ground before him. The spirit begins dissolving into ash. The ash swirls around Obina's body. Pain rips through him like lightning. He screams without sound. Silence falls. When the dust settles, Obina lies still in the center of the square. Slowly, he lifts his head. He runs trembling fingers across his cheek. The scar has returned. His reflection in a dropped bronze plate shows his true face once more. But his bounds remain empty. His land, stripped. The villagers watch, uncertain. He rises slowly and walks toward the ruined fields. Weeks pass. Obina labors alone under the brutal sun. No workers. No pride. His hands bleed as he plants new yam seedlings. At night, he carries small baskets of whatever little he harvests to widows' huts. He leaves them quietly at their doors. He eats last. His body grows lean. His eyes soften. The village begins to shift toward him again, cautiously. Rain finally falls. Heavy. Cleansing. New shoots burst from the earth in vibrant green rows. The village gathers as Obinna opens a modest new barn, not grand, not overflowing. He steps aside first. Children run in laughing. Women collect baskets. Elders nod slowly. Obinna stands in the rain, soaked, breathing deeply. This time, when he looks into a puddle at his feet, the reflection matches perfectly. Behind him, the forest stands silent. Watching. Satisfied. The harvest is shared. And his identity, earned anew.